I've been working with photography since the 80s, and since the very beginning, I've always been someone who's cut into photographs and collaged them. Everything has to do with photography, and basically I'm super invested in testing the flexibility of photographs. So these are my photographs in these sculptural forms. It kind of grew out of a project where I was paying attention to the photographs that my great-grandmother had made during her lifetime. She consistently photographed her garden all throughout every single season. I think that photography itself, like you're always kind of cutting something out of the world when you're making a photograph. And so then when I make the actual print itself, I'm cutting into the paper of it. But it's just paper. And so it's kind of exciting to play with the fact that it is a photograph and it is recognizable. I just recently started working three-dimensionally in installation form. So I've only been doing this for a couple years, and I would say this is probably the fourth configuration of this type of material. It's been in a house, an exhibition space that was a house, and it was like one giant beanstalk with like lots of crazy colored furniture that got absorbed into the sculpture. And that was in Springfield, and then it was in Houston in a giant window, all spread out, and I kind of was mimicking like a grow house. That's when I started introducing these grow lights. And then for this space, I'm really just responding to the ceilings and some of the architectural features that are here available.
For me, making art itself resides in studio, and very often in the studio, I'm in the moment of making art. But the installation part of it, it takes me into another moment where anything can happen. The surprise element of installation is taking something that existed in my mind, in my studio, that lives out in the real world. I'm borrowing art from Chinese folk art work, which is called Jian Zhi. It's paper cut. Work right now is monochromatic. It has to do actually with the fact that I'm trying to return my art making back to the most fundamental aspect of art making, which is drawing, so that it doesn't get to be clouded and confused and complicated by many other things. When I compose a composition, even though I made the paper cut itself following the Jian Zhi paper cut tradition, but I'm also making the formal consideration based on Chinese landscape paintings. This one journey I took going back to trying to discover my own child history and the events that took place. I was reading the kind of material that was forbidden during the time I was growing up. And then in that particular journey, I met people that were doing practice, spiritual practice, which was forbidden during the time I was growing up. So these things really kind of solidified me as an artist. Most of my work exists within contradiction. And I'm somewhat of a walking contradiction, because I grew up in the East, live in the West, doing art that's based on Eastern ideas and philosophy, but I'm engaged in contemporary art in the Western format. And if you think about contradiction as a locus of idea, then this doesn't seem such a foreign piece of work.